Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today. I have the honor of opening the session this morning, and I'm just going to start with a brief overview of MariaDB and to set the scene for today. We're going to have some interesting and exciting sessions about what MariaDB has been up to recently, and hopefully give you some interesting insights into what we're doing and where we're going. Now, many of you I know will already be familiar with MariaDB. In fact, some of you will have been using it for many years, and some of you may actually be very new to MariaDB. So I want to just start off by answering the question, what is MariaDB? And basically, MariaDB, we build the one and only database that you will ever need. Meets any workload, works in any cloud, and will deliver to any scale. Now, I accept that's quite a big claim, but we really believe that we deliver on that. And just to talk about our profile, again, to bring it up to speed, we have a presence within many tens of thousands of organizations worldwide. MariaDB literally is everywhere. And that ranges from somebody needing a small departmental database who perhaps built it on community, right through to global joint organizations who are running their critical business on MariaDB, whether that be financial services, telco, retail, and as you can see, we do work across all market segments. And we do indeed have a global presence, working across and have a presence in many, many countries. We've also got quite a few awards and distinctions. I'm too humble to go through those this morning, but just to show you that, in terms of what we're doing, it's actually getting recognized by the industry as well as in footprint within all customer organizations. And to prove that, here's a quick snapshot of just a few of the organizations that actually use MariaDB and have built their business on it. 75% of the Fortune 500 use MariaDB. And as we said earlier, that we have a presence in many industries across the globe. And a few examples. In terms of what we deliver, it's very much one database, like I said, that can do everything that your business requires, but delivered to two different ways, two different products. First of all, MariaDB Enterprise, additional, if you want to use that term, software product. And also now we have our SkySQL product, which is full native database as a service delivered via the cloud. You get the same great functionality from MariaDB, whether you're running it software deployed or whether you're running it as full native cloud. And to talk about MariaDB Enterprise first, our software product, very much a flexible, fault-tolerant, scalable product. And you can run it on physical infrastructure, on virtual infrastructure, or on infrastructure service within the cloud. Totally flexible, run it where you want, and any combination of. It's still very much built around our core plugin architecture, is what the initial product was built around, and will always be where we base our innovation going forward. If you're not familiar with it, with our plugin architecture, we have the concept of back-end storage engines, i.e. the bit that does the grunt work, the full data processing, connecting to storage where the data sits. At the front end, we have our software proxy, MariaDB MaxScale, which takes care of the front-end connections to the outside world, whether that be connectors, connections, query routing, users, and so on. What it means is that we can build a database that you can deploy using different storage engines to suit your need. So whether that be pure transactional, whether that be analytical type work, or indeed a mixture of both. And with that concept of storage engines, it means that we can introduce a new storage engine fully integrated into MaxScale to deliver on different needs and different requirements and different applications. As such, we recently announced our latest storage engine, Xpand. That's now available both in our standard product and also in our cloud product, as you'll see in a moment. But basically, it's a single logical database that can be distributed across many different nodes. And those nodes can also be geographically spread. And there'll be a session following me that'll go into much more detail and in an entertaining way, that'll explain what Xpand is, what it does for you. And just to give a quick snapshot of where Xpand fits in, if you're already familiar with MariaDB, as you already know, MariaDB comes with replication anyway. You can add to that optionally with Galera cluster to give you a full active clustered fault resilient type of environment. Or you can actually add Xpand to that, which will give you the highest level of resilience and availability and so on. Moving on, MariaDB SkySQL, our native cloud database as a service. It allows you to go anywhere, work in any cloud, deliver to any scale, and utilize any workload. We very much built it on our flexible architecture, but also utilized things like ServiceNow and Kubernetes cluster to mean that we build very much a self-healing architecture and a very flexible architecture. It means we can build clever portals and user interfaces. Like I said, we can do the self-healing, which means that you're always assured that your database is running, and it can run on any cloud and any combination of those clouds. So very much an architecture designed not just for now, but for the future as well, in terms of industry, technology, what's coming down the line, but also in terms of what you as a customer will actually want to do with your data. Simplifying that in terms of what that actually means, in terms of the product structure, it's a very flexible, dynamic, and transparent way of delivering MariaDB to your business. You can start with a single instance, a single node, and by default, that gives you things like automatic backup, includes basic support, and includes auto-healing through our cloud service. But you can very easily and transparently move to multi-node environments, so you can pick a node that's replicated, which means you then get auto failover and auto failback. You can go to full active-active clustering where you need performance, and with Xpand, you can also go to a distributed SQL. So all very simple and also all very dynamic. What makes it unique for MariaDB is that we've also got the power tier. So something that where you require something different, for example, you may have a custom instance type that you want to do where a standard one isn't available. You can develop custom topologies. So for example, with a custom instance type, if a 4x15 or an 8x32 is not what you need something that you just can't pick from standard menus in clouds, then we can do something for you. If you've got a custom topology where you need a particular type of HA across multiple availability zones or regions, then again, that's something we can do for you, and so on. It means you have the ability to come to us, talk to us, and we can build something customized to your specific requirements, something you can't get with just standard cloud providers. Also, as I said, we're putting some pretty clever stuff into SkySQL, so we have a very comprehensive monitoring interface. Single pane of glass across multiple clouds, enabling you to monitor everything that's happening within your database, and also customizable, which means that you can suit it, make it suit your particular requirements. And something very welcome by some of our customers who have deployed and are actually using SkySQL at present, as you can see. Also, we're doing a lot around SkySQL automation, so things like workload analysis as a typical example, but very much building upon machine learning to build out that automation aspects of MariaDB. And you'll see over the next 12 to 18 months that we're going to be doing a lot of work in this area in terms of how we exploit machine learning properly to deliver on some pretty clever stuff that you can do with SkySQL, and which will build on your business by doing it for you. And again, something that's much appreciated by some of our customers who've deployed SkySQL. And basically, MariaDB is very much an all-in-one cloud. SkySQL is very much an all-in-one cloud database. Yes, you can go out there and pick different databases to deliver different aspects to your business, which is typically what businesses have had to do to now. But it does mean you end up with multiple different database products delivering different types of functionality. So very much a multi-point solution. With SkySQL, it means everything that you could want to do, you can actually do within a single product and just use SQL. And if we look at the various options out there, for example, let's pick on AWS for no good reason other than the largest cloud provider. You can pick RDS, you can pick Aurora, and there's a lot of functionality that's deliverable within those. But if you look at SkySQL, especially if you add Xpand, you can do all of that without having to have those multi-point products. So you have the MariaDB that you know and love, delivering all the functionality that you require, but within a single database as a service product. And we'll be talking much more about this in a later session. So just to summarize and finish, there is an ocean of possibilities out there by using SkySQL, as well as the Xpand into our standard product. And the important being, you get all that functionality through both routes, but you can also combine them into a solution that suits you, not something that you have to adapt to. And at that stage, I'm going to hand back to Jürgen.